feedback generator is designed to help you give feedback quickly and to record strand by strand level achievement in a pain-free way. Let me show you how you can use it. If I look at some example of student work, I found this particular example on the IBO website, and I'll leave a link showing where I found it. I am looking at some work that will be assessed against criterion B. If you go over to the feedback generator file, you will see a tab at the bottom called criterion B, and you can look at all of the rubric aligned vertically. So strand 1 is vertical, strand 2 is vertical, strand 3, etc. After I've read that work, I might decide, for example, that the student has achieved a 3 for strand 1, a 4 for strand 2, and a 5 for strand 3. So I'll go over to semester 1. This is the first time I've assessed them against this criteria, the first time in semester 1. So I said that they got a 3 for strand 1, and at the moment you can see it says here B1 not assessed. As soon as I enter 3, you'll see a comment pop up, and it says what they have been able to achieve for criterion B strand 1. And then I said they got a 4 for strand 2 and a 5 for strand 3. And you can see this is automatically generating comments that I can give to the students or record somewhere that lets me know in a meaningful way what that student has been able to achieve. I can copy that statement, and if, for example, like my school, you use ManageBack, I can just simply copy and paste that statement into ManageBack, onto an email, however it is your school likes to give written feedback. I'll go back to the document really quickly just to demonstrate that we have this same setup for criterion A, B, C, and D. You can edit all of this text, and in particular, you might want to for some of them to make them language or task specific. So for example, where it says recognize conventions and demonstrate awareness of conventions, you might want to give an example of such conventions that the students are expected to recognize. And you can do the same thing for each strand, for your language, your phase, and that particular task. You will also see a tab called Student Overview. What this tab allows you to do is look at achievement for one student across all criteria. So let's say I assess the student against all criteria now, all criterion A, all criterion B, C is their strong point, and criterion D. Let's just say they're not very good on criterion D somehow. If I go over to Student Overview tab, then what you will see is a box at the top where I can select the student name. This information was put in for student 1, and you can see their achievement across all 4 criteria, and then statements about what skills they can actually demonstrate for each criteria. Now, this is great for parents' evenings when you sit down with a student and you want to bring everything up just for one student. You don't necessarily want to be sitting down at a parents' evening and having all of the data for all students. But if you bring up the student overview, then you can just bring up everything for one student. And as you go over to semester 2, there's a separate tab for semester 2. It will give you all information for semester 1 and 2, and you can see how they're developing over the year. Any more questions, you can contact me on facebook.com/figureoft, or you can leave a comment in the section down below. Thanks.